Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. Doing this a little different today, a little bit earlier. I do this before I really do anything else, but I gotta get ready for this meeting. I gotta go get gussied up. I can't show up like this.
Can't show up like what?
Like this. I show up to a business meeting looking like I just walked off the Skid Row.
You're representing Skid Row. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm gonna go get my Hoda pants.
Morning, Jillian.
This Jillian, I'm still sharing, so I don't know anybody. Good morning, Jillian.
We just got back about 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, dropping off the kitten. I saw that.
Yeah.
So I cannot go over 20 minutes on this one. I won't have enough time. So
I'll set a timer.
actually, more like as long as I get done like 9:10, that'll be fine. Doesn't take
that's 30. That's 30 minutes, dude.
Are you ready?
I said that's 30 minutes.
Yeah. We better get to it, huh? I haven't even set up the background yet. Here we go. Oh, I made it easy. We're gonna do it right out of the. You're a poop banana.
Well, what is it? No, never mind. I was gonna say you describe.
21 minutes.
Oh, my timer's going over then. I forgot I set it up for 30. You were already on here.
23 minutes. Yes, I'm
wearing. So you said 10. You said you can go to 10 after, so that's when the timer's set for. So.
Okay. All right. Well, because you guys know me, I will blah 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 blah. But good morning, everybody. Amber and Jillian. Let's do introductions.
I'm glad I'm shy and not talkative.
Yeah. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name's Dion. His name's Daryl.
I'm Daryl.
If you're here,
I think we ought to come on with
my introductions. Whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Now you're up, Daryl. Go ahead.
I think we ought to get the theme song to Chip and Dale. I'm Chip. I'm Dale when we come on.
Chip. I'm Dale.
Yeah, I don't do that voice all good.
But that's okay. Page 92 of the 12 Steps, 12 Traditions. After this meeting today, I decided I'm taking a week off. So I'm still doing the podcast lives and the meetings. That's not changing. I'm gonna focus on my house for a week and let
all your extracurricular activity gonna put on pause.
Yeah, I need a little break so I can keep doing it. So that I need to get a lot of shit done in my house before winter hits, and yeah, so like gutters and shit like that. So let's get started. 92. Now that we were in AA and sober and winning back the esteem of our friends and business associates, we find that we still need to exercise special vigilance and as an insurance against big shotism. We can often check ourselves by remembering that we are today sober only by the grace of God, and that any success we may be having is far more His success than ours. Good morning, Leisure.
Yeah,
I totally forgot about Instagram. I'm sorry. I'll get into that group, man. Yeah, I think as we grow in the program, humility kind of needs to grow with us because bigger and better things are going to come up, and that stuff can go to my head quick. I know for me, yeah, that stuff can go to my head really, really fast, especially when
That's
things are
the
going good or
key
exciting.
word is tempering with. Key term.
So
Tempering. Tempering with humility.
temperance with humility. Yep.
Pride tempered with humility doesn't equal or is the opposite of going to ego.
Yeah. But, for me, I just check my intentions quite often. What am I doing? What am I going to
Understand?
get out of it? Um, you know, what what can I do to make it better? Absolutely.
Absolutely,
I,
Wizard.
I agree with that. Without humility, you can't grow. You can't grow. It's like humility is the water. You know, if you think of it like growing plants or growing a tree, because that's what we are doing. We are planting trees of which we will never sit in the shade, and those are esteemable things.
But
That creates humility. Um,
also, if you overwater a plant, you will kill it.
it's right. That's why I'm taking a break.
Yeah.
On plant. No. I say I'm going to take a break. I'm going to have to force myself to take a break because it doing it's habitual almost.
Hence
Um,
why I was commenting before.
oh, you were
Not
what?
not that I don't know you or anything.
No, I missed that, buddy. I'm sorry. That's why you said what?
I said that's why I said what I said earlier about sure.
Yeah,
That's one of those things I'll see it when I believe it, or I'll believe it
yeah.
when I see it.
I'm going to try.
No, I understand that,
Oh,
but it's
absolutely.
not
Yeah,
like it's not like I don't know you.
yeah. Oh, I'll admit there's a good chance I'll try and do something, but yeah, got to give myself a chance.
So every
I,
time
I've
every
kept
time
Facebook off my. I have kept Facebook off my phone, and I hardly post at all. I'm hardly ever on Facebook anymore. It's nice.
so when your brain goes, I think I'm going to go do this and it has something to do with outside of the program type stuff, other than your house stuff. I mean, the things you do by making contacts, blah blah blah. Think to yourself, I need to tell Daryl I'm doing this, and that ought to temper its some.
I'll throw some accountability into it, right? I can't do that until I ask permission, and I'm not gonna fucking ask
I'm not
permission
going to
to do
give
something if
permission.
I ain't gonna
I'm
do
just
it.
the one to go. You know, I'm not the one to give or not give permission. I'm the one to go. What?
Yeah, exactly. Well, but I hear what
But
you're
you
saying.
said
His breaks last less than an hour.
that's a
It's
true
true.
story, Amber Rose.
Especially since I'm off this atorvastatin, I have all this fucking energy now. So yeah, I don't usually get up this early. I had to make myself sleep an extra half hour this morning. I'm like, no, I want to make sure I'm awake and aware. Um, finally,
I was up at 5
maybe next
a.m.
time I just won't announce it. So
today.
finally, we begin to see that all people, including ourselves, are to some extent emotionally ill as well as frequently wrong. I am I am to some extent still emotionally ill, and I am frequently wrong. You bet. Yeah. Um, if you're going to advocate, you're going to be wrong. But there's a way to fix it and make that right real quick and everything. See, I have those skills. See, God's given me these tools and these skills. You guys have taught me. No, we approach this way. Sometimes it's the tone in our voice. Um, But if I can see everybody as kind of a child of God and emotionally ill, then I can work with that.
If I advocate for something, there will be some people that I will never be correct with.
Yeah. Well, there's those too who they're just looking for all the bad things. There are people like that. Yes, thank you. See, I'm not above being given shit to, so I'm putting it up. Okay, because I'm not the only person that smokes here. Vaping is smoking.
I don't. What are you talking about?
Yeah. But the thing about, so I don't mind that people give me crap about smoking. Like, I appreciate the way Scott does that, but people are, you should quit smoking. Do you know you need nothing wrong, nothing worse than an ex fucking smoker? Oh, that smells horrible. I know you're saying that so you don't, I know you want a fucking cigarette. Okay. But thank you for approaching that the right way. Because what that says is you give a fuck about what happens to me. And I appreciate that, brother. Um, and then we approach true tolerance and see what real love for our fellows actually means. And we're doing this as a group. We're doing this as a group. I really appreciate the fact that you told the group that, hey, if you stepped in a piece of, and I don't think it was this one, I'm going to make it a little bit more gross and fun. If you stepped in a piece of poop today and it's going to make you drink, we need to talk about it. We need to talk about it because that is an alcoholic issue. And I appreciate you bringing it up that way because I think a lot of people don't talk about things because they think it's not an alcoholic issue, but it is. even if you're like even if you're like, I smoke some weed and it's going to make me drink, yes, to me that is an issue, you bet. um we come up with several examples, but I like the freedom that we have in there, but we're staying in the solution. So if there's a problem, there's going to be a bunch of people with solutions there, and that's what we're going after. And when we do the solutions for one person, it's not just for that one person, it's the whole group. And then the group grows. And that's where it's at. When
Well,
the group grows emotionally together. I love it. What are you saying?
that's where my interpretation of pain doesn't matter because your level of pain is your level of pain, her level
Yeah,
of pain is her level of pain. And if that dog stepping in that dog shit that some neighbor's dog did in my lawn
for the
bothers
50th
me that
fucking time.
much,
Yeah,
then that's a level of pain, and that's an
yeah,
alcoholic situation.
yeah. Yeah, because and that's it. What we're going to do in the meeting is we're going to get down to the cause and condition, and the cause and condition is the fact that the dog continues to do it, and now I stepped in it this time, and it just broke that line. Um, Not that I want to drink or going to, but after dealing with the whole hiring bullshit of people not showing up, I'm like, fuck it, man. It was less emotion when I was drink. Yeah, I understand that too. Yeah, you're not wanting to drink, but you're like, the fuck, it was easier when I was drinking because at least I didn't fucking have feelings around these motherfuckers.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get that.
My I don't give a fuck was easier to obtain.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Um, it's hard. Yeah, all excuses. It's that what you do. I'm going to tell you when, yeah, being a sales manager, you hire as many newcomers that come into AA that don't make it. It's exactly like that. And it's very frustrating. It is. You're just going to run through the gamut, just hire and fire, hire, fire, hire, fire. Keep
Having
those sales numbers up. That's your job. Fuck those people.
having been in sales management for so long, it's like people apply for a job, and then when you give them an offer, like she's talking about, they go, "Yeah, but." It's like, did you
Yeah,
walk into my gig and say you wanted to be hired? Well, I chose you. Now what?
yeah, yeah. And it's my saying is everybody wants a job, but nobody wants to work.
And then there's that.
You know. Here we go. Good job. Yeah, leisure. Just don't make other people's problems your problems. Yeah. So down with OPP. Yeah. Yeah, you know me. video
Yeah, but
is.
you know what, Amber? Not giving a fuck is the easier way, but it's soft. But it's softer. It's like it is. But the bottom line is your character has more worth because you do give a fuck.
Yeah, I would agree with that. You're the people that the way I would say see it then is the people that do stay are worth it. Now I know your job's at stake, but I think your owner also understands that you're going to go through people like that. So no, it's not softer. It is
I
not.
agree.
It's not the easier,
I knew
softer
what
way.
you meant.
It's not. No, if it was the easier, softer way, everybody would be doing it. And
Right?
it's not. That's what I would have been doing before because my brain does nothing but the easier, softer way.
I just had a situation that was exactly that,
Yeah.
and it turned out to be exactly not that, and I had to back out.
Yeah. Well, and Amber, I'm gonna tell you now, I know that you're saying your job's at stake, but do you know how hard it is to replace somebody like you? Okay. Keep
One
that
of
in
these
mind.
days,
Not
what do you
only
do,
that,
Amber?
I've got hundreds of jobs. So if you need something away, if you need something else, you just tell me I'll I'll help you. We'll help you. I'll do anything to help you, Amber.
Amber, what do you do?
She runs a telemarketing room selling printer toner.
Oh yeah, okay, that's right.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
we had that discussion because I worked for one of their competitors.
yeah. The one that you wanted is there. There you go. See, so you work with them, get them done, and then you go interview five more people. You're gonna offer the job to five people. One's gonna make it. Then you do it again, and then you just keep the people that you have there by keeping them happy. Not that you don't know what you're doing. I'm just spouting out unsolicited
I would
advice. I
I would
apologize.
tell people it's like during the interview because how did I do? They ask, they always wonder that. It's like I'll be keeping an eye on my email and see who follows up.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, do a takeaway.
I would I would seriously tell them that
Uh,
because my first choice might not give a fuck and never get back, but my second choice, who is maybe just as good or just about as good, if he's going, I really appreciate blah 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 blah, and went through the follow up and showed his desire, their desire, not necessarily his, their desire. It was like because I look for that in a sponsee too.
Absolutely.
What's your desire level?
Yeah. How much money you want to make? Flash that money in front of them. Put pictures of boats and really nice cars in the.
Yeah.
I like this.
When we're not doing this, I'll have to
From the
tell you what
government.
that deal was I talked about.
So a pirate steals from everybody. Well, I'm only saying that because I'm trying to think. Oh, it's. I keep thinking Robin Williams, but it's the guy that takes from the rich and gives to the poor.
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood, thank you. So you're the Robin Hood of toner. God, it took a while to get around to that joke. All right. It will become more and more evident as we go forward that it is pointless to become angry or get hurt by people who, like us, are suffering the pains of growing up. God, we're kind of talking about that too, huh? Because they want a job, but are they really growed it up enough? Desperate people, desperate people that can talk. If somebody, I would ask, where do you live in your mother's basement? You do? Okay, then no, thanks. You know, I don't know if you can ask those questions anymore though. So, been a while since I hired anybody. October 23rd, I am doing yesterday's. I just now noticed that. So it is actually the 23rd, but I am reading October 22nd because clearly I wasn't paying attention. So you're like, he's a day off. Fuck it. It's all right. All right, man. I'm getting excited. I'm getting really excited for this meeting. And then the meeting with Aurora Mental Health is in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
When does that giving testimony or whatever before
Oh, that'll be
Colorado
July of
Assembly?
2025. That's not
Huh?
until next year. So
Okay.
next year, and we're doing some preparation for it because I'm going to
I
ask.
want to do that with you
I'm
too.
also going to ask legislation that they do background checks on all peer support specialists and recovery coaches. That's why I'm going to mandate it. Okay, doesn't really, and there's points to that. So
But yeah, I know, I understand what the point is, but if you do it for one, you have to do it for everybody in that position, whether they're alcoholic or not.
absolutely, you do. This is the way I see it: is if you're going to do a background check on people who do Alateen meetings, then the recovery coaches need to do the same thing. That's my thought process.
Well, I mean,
If
if
you're going
we
to
get,
put a person, anytime you put a person in trust, you must do a background check on them. Now, that doesn't mean that
well,
if you have some things in your background, you don't get the job. That's not what that means. So,
you just want them to be aware of who they're dealing with.
absolutely, people can change because you can always go back. Okay, you got this on here. What happened? Just let me know. Okay, it got cleared up and this and this and that. Yeah, you know. All right. The thought occurred to me that all people are emotionally ill to some extent. How could we not be? Who among us is spiritually perfect? Who among us is physically perfect? How could any of us be emotionally perfect? What will you tell us what that is? Whatever will be will be. Is it a song? Is it
Hey,
whatever will be?
Sarah, Sarah, whatever will be.
Okay. It may be an updated version. I can't play it right now, or my video will be cut. Facebook is ahead of YouTube. Oh, no, she switched to Facebook so she could post that. And she comes back, she's like, Facebook is faster than YouTube, so they're hearing it faster. That happens too. The lag for places is different. And that's why the conversation gets weird sometimes. All right. Therefore, what else are we to do but bear with one another and treat each other as we would be treated in similar circumstances? That is what really love. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Kind of figured I couldn't bring the words into my head quick enough. So, but yeah, I think true tolerance is really maybe just understanding for a second that other people are going through things too, and they're just as important as to what I'm going through to them, and that it's perspective on, when it comes to a lot of this. Now, true tolerance does not mean abuse. It does not mean that you have to take abuse from people. You are certainly able to um, advocate for yourself. I don't like saying defend yourself, but advocating is much better because advocating has boundaries and it also has solutions. Where if I get defensive, I just get mad and start usually name calling. That's usually what happens. Um, but yeah, sometimes um, there's a lot of things that happen in AA meetings, and there's a lot of weird things that happen, and sometimes we're just going to have to be tolerant of those things, you know. Um, so I tend to think, but for the grace of God go I, and that helps me remember, hey, Dion, maybe there's sometimes there are other people like, especially anger, where I get a little upset, but it's because it reminds me of who I used to be, and it kind of puts it back in my face, and that's why I get like no, or triggered or defensive is because I'm being reminded of who I was, and I haven't quite gotten through all of that yet. Maybe I haven't healed from it yet, and so These are thoughts that go through my mind. I'm not sure if I'm right on that or not, but my intuition and my gut tells me yes. So, all right, that's going to be it for this one. You know, I'm going to be back after. Our meeting is an hour long at 11. From there, I will be hopping on a noon meeting while coming back. I'll hop on Vitae on the way home, and I'll probably go live when I get back and update people on what we're going to do. I'm not sure what's information is even being shared in this meeting yet. So, um, the one thing that I'm going to try and get to and done is I found out that Adams County, their job is to find the location. It was not Aurora Mental Health, and Adams County did not tell me that. And so a location. That's what I'm. Why are you dragging your feet on a location? It's been 6 months now, and it has. So, um, but yeah, I did some reading on Dr. Kelly. Her name is Dr. Kelly Weidenbach. She seems like a great person with a servant's heart, and I'm hoping that we can get some action done today. Um, the big one is Aurora Mental Health. So I'm going to be calling for town meetings on the kinds of things that we're looking for. And of course, here's the thing. They're like, okay, we're willing to talk. So they're going to give me an hour on Zoom. And they think this is going to solve it. No, this is the meeting so that we can set up the meetings to have the meetings. They don't understand. They
They don't
and
know it yet, though.
and I'm going to demand pay. Yes, I'm going to actually ask Dr. Kelly Weidenbach today to create a grant so that they can pay me and we can get this done because my time's worth money. She'd probably say no, but at least it's worth asking, you know.
Well, you
So
don't ask, you don't get.
that's right. That's right. And at this point, I'm not, see, I intentionally didn't take money so I could get agency. Now I have agency. Now I can take money. It's just the way that it worked, and it's not gonna. I'd be like, you guys need to pay me $1,000 an hour now, 100, maybe 200, yeah. Or they could just bring me on part time and give me insurance. I like creating my own jobs. That's what I do. Who knows? Like you said, you don't. If you don't ask, you don't know. So I'm gonna ask. The answer's probably gonna be no, but that's okay. At least they know how serious I am about it. So all right. I'll keep everybody updated, and I will see some of you at the noon meeting. And
Yepers.
I'm sorry.
I said yepers. I'll be there.
All
At
right.
least that's the plan.
I'll probably be a little late because if we get into a good talk and it goes past noon and I can keep her, I will. But she's the executive director, and I doubt very much I'm going to get a minute more than they scheduled.
Yeah,
So.
the other bed.
All right, everybody pray for little Kitty getting spayed today. She's going to come home a better cat.
She won't think so at first.
Yeah. Actually, let's pray for baby mama. It's hard. I fret.
That
I fret when my cats are at the. You bet I do. I know how it feels.
that's a biggie.
It is. It's fucking scary. It's like your little cat. Am
Um,
I ever going to see my cat again? And it's not something simple, but that's not how my mind works.
well, it's the first time since we brought her home that she's been without her this long. Because you
Okay.
drop her off at 7:15, you pick up at 5.
I had a I had a cat, and he was my emotional support cat, and somebody stole him. I still miss him. Every now and again, people around that live over at the house are like, "Oh, we saw him today." I'm like, "No, you didn't," because he would have
This
come
one
straight
hasn't
up to the
developed
house.
that
He would have
trait
come
by
in the
then.
house. He would have done all this stuff. So I'm never gonna
Anyway.
see him again. His name
Okay,
was Wayne.
timer's about to go off. You're done.
Yeah, I got 3 minutes. I named him Wade because I didn't want to yell Deadpool. All right. Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. Show some. I'm gonna have to go show. This was actually. I'm glad I messed up because it told me that I need to go with some true tolerance into this meeting. That was God talking to me. I love you.
Peace, brother. Be well. Bye,
Peace out.
everybody.
Thank you, brother. You too. And